Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, February 19th, 2026. I am Annika Spalding, the Director of Development here at ALT, and this is Thursdays at 3, where I go live every Thursday to get you caught up on what's happening this week at ALT. This season, Thursdays at 3 is very generously sponsored by our good friends at Realty Central Services. Cindy Bulla is the owner and broker of Realty Central and is a longtime supporter and champion of ALT. Realty Central is a women-owned, full-service real estate brokerage providing unparalleled customer service backed by decades of experience, industry service, and property rights advocacy. So if you're in need of real estate service and you love ALT, consider heading over to amarillo.realestate and using Realty Central Services. Okay. Tonight is the night. Jersey Boys is back for its second weekend of performances here at the Alan Shankles main stage. If you can't make it tonight, the show will run all weekend long through Sunday, then continue next week, Thursday, February 26th. No. Jason, is there a show on Thursday? There's not a show next Thursday, is there? No. Okay, so the final weekend, it's only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, ending on March 1st. I want to make sure and get that info out there. So make sure to get your tickets. If you want to purchase tickets to Jersey Boys, go ahead and contact our box office by calling 806-355-9991 or purchase on our website at amarillolittletheater.org so you can see this fabulous production of Jersey Boys. I also want to make sure that you know that our production of Jersey Boys will have an ASL interpreted show this Sunday, February 22nd at 2:30 p.m. Interpreters will be located on the left side of the theater as you're facing the stage. If you've already purchased your tickets for another date and would like to move those seats to the ASL interpreted performance and sit in the deaf and hard of hearing section, please email Lissa Guerin. I'll throw her information up here at lissa@amarillolittletheater.org, or you can contact her at the box office and she will get those tickets moved for you. Great way to bring in more people to the theater and make things more accessible for more people. We love that. I love that we're doing that now. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and chat about our volunteer opportunities for the week. This was an email that went out earlier. If you would like to be added to our email list, contact us, shoot us an email, and we will get you added to our volunteer email list. And you can receive these emails every single week. They say, thank you to everyone who helped make opening weekend of Jersey Boys a hit. We still have a handful of available spots for ushering and concessions for the second weekend. That's this coming weekend. Join us and catch the show while you're here. Just a reminder, if you do help us out with ushering and concessions, it's really fun. It's really easy. You can pass out programs as an usher, or you can help us out midway through the show with concessions. If you're able to do that and we have seats free at that night's performance, you can watch the show totally for free. So if you're someone who's in need of volunteer hours, high school student, need some volunteer hours, or you just want to help us out and also see the show for free, contact us and let us know. And if you are interested in helping out with ushering and concessions, you can contact our volunteer coordinator, Lissa Guerin, by emailing her at the email address you see on your screen, and we will get you set up. We'd love to get you roped in. And another opportunity this week, this Saturday, February 21st, we will have a paint call at the Adventure Space beginning at 10 a.m. This is huge. Come one, come all, as we will be painting the Adventure Space walls in black for Silent Sky. As many of you know, our Adventure Space has been purple for years and years and years since the beginning, and it's going to be black. So we would love to have you help us paint with that. And we're going to need come one, come all. We need all hands on deck for that, to paint the Adventure Space for that fabulous show. So if you're able to do that, come join us. And if you would like to join us for lunch, make sure to RSVP by emailing once again. Lissa's going to get inundated with emails. Email Lissa Guerin at the email address you see on your screen, or call her at our box office. You can do that the rest of the day, today until 5 and tomorrow until 5, and let her know, because we'd like to get a head count for lunch. Make sure we can at least feed you if you're going to help us out with work call. Okay. A reminder, I just want to say one more time, if you do help us out with ushering and concessions and we have the seats, you can see the show that night totally for free. And these shows have sold a ton of tickets. So all the help we can get with ushering and concessions to make, especially those lines and intermission with concessions, move faster, that would be so great if you're willing to help us out. Another exciting thing going on at ALT, voting for our 99th season. If you want to see the shows that you want during our 99th season. You want to make sure and vote. We so value your input and your opinion, and it's going to help us decide which stories we will tell during our 99th season. You can help us out by sharing our social media posts. Head over to our Facebook page or our Instagram page and share those posts. Share our Instagram post on your stories, or share our Facebook page or our post on our Facebook page. That would be so great if you could help us out. You can vote by heading to our website. The link to vote is right there on the homepage of the website. And you can vote on what shows you want for our 99th season. If you come and see Jersey Boys, we also have physical ballots that you can grab a pen and vote for which shows you want. But we want your input on what shows we produce next season. So take this opportunity. It's a great list of shows. Take this opportunity and let us know which shows you'd like to see on our stages next season for our 99th season. And auditions are coming up. Once again, auditions for Silent Sky begin next week, happening February 23rd and 24th at 7 p.m. at the ALT Adventure Space, located at 2751 Civic Circle. Come join us, because we're going to bring Lauren Gunderson's inspiring story of discovery, determination, and the women who mapped the stars to life. This is such a great story. The script is so beautiful, and it's going to be directed by our fabulous Carrie Huckabee. If you're interested in auditioning for that, come show up to auditions. I have a feeling this is going to be a packed house for auditions. You can learn more about the available roles and audition details in our audition packet, which is available on our website at amarillo-littletheater.org. It'll give you all the information you need to know on how to be prepared for those auditions. Again, this coming Monday and Tuesday. We're so excited about that, but we would love to have you join us at auditions. We post all of this information on our social media pages. You can find more information on our website, or you can contact our box office to get all the information you need to get plugged into our little community over here. While we're talking about auditions, let's talk about another round of auditions coming up the following week, which is School of Rock auditions. We already had early auditions for 4 of the youth roles for this show. This is the round of auditions for everybody else. So that's coming up on Monday, March 2nd and Tuesday, March 3rd. A reminder, if you are a kid, this is not an academy show. So you do not have to be currently enrolled in our academy in order to audition for School of Rock, which is really, really cool. So we could potentially get some new kids who might be interested in enrolling in the academy in the fall, which would be cool, or joining us for camps this summer, which would be great. But those auditions are coming up. We are looking for 14 adults aged 18 plus, obviously adults 18 plus, and 9 kids who are able to play 10 to 13 years old. So you don't have to actually be 10 to 13, but if you look 10 to 13, if you could play ages 10 to 13, come on out and audition. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's going to be so good. We are currently working on that audition packet right now, literally as we speak. Before the show, I was working on it, and we will have that up ASAP. So you have all the details you need to audition for that show. There's some really great roles for adults too. So make sure to take a look at that if you can. Okay, let's keep things going with our volunteer of the week. All right, I'm so excited about this one. Big congratulations to Jay Hayes. Jay did the wigs for Jersey Boys, helped Kaylee with the costumes, has been here in the evenings during rehearsals, and has done a fantastic job keeping up morale with the cast and crew. She is a gem of a volunteer, and we love her so, so much. Congratulations, Jay. And thank you for my little sticky note. I don't know if you've been back up here, but I wrote you back. I think I tossed it, but just so you know, I wrote you back. I love you too. I love when people leave me little post-it notes on my desk when they're up here during shows. It's so fun. Okay, so congratulations, Jay. We're so happy you're our volunteer of the week. I'm going to go ahead and skip Breaking Broadway News this week because we have so many people to interview. I don't want you guys to be here till 5 o'clock. I am so, so excited to interview Director of Jersey Boys, Jason Crespin, choreographers Shawn Walsh, and cast members Gabe, Scherman, and Travis Tidmore. Look at all these people.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Hey, Annika.
Hello, hello.
Hey, guys.
Oh, my
Hello.
God. Are you guys excited to be back together for another weekend of shows?
Of course.
I
Always.
hope everybody got rest in the few days that you had off. I don't know if Jason did. We run Jason ragged up here.
Jason never
I just
rests.
I was like, oh my God, I gotta hurry. I gotta get back to the theater to get ready for Thursdays at 3.
Oh my gosh. I know your schedule is insane. So I'm really glad that you agreed to jump on today. Okay, Jason, while we're chatting, let's go ahead and start with you. You directed this massive, I think massive is even an understatement, this massive show. Can you tell us a little bit about just the process and how many are in the cast?
Yeah, great question. So we this is a big show. We luckily though, as you know, Noah Lang, of course, our technical director, and I, in fact, a year ago this week, him and I flew out to Austin to see the Zach Scott theater production of Jersey Boys, because when we were looking at the season, we wanted to see if it would fit in the season and with build and kind of that nature coming off of the cottage kind of a thing. And so luckily when we saw the show, we realized, it could be a basic set in some form or fashion and just do a lot of things with lighting and small set pieces and things like that. But it is a big show because I will tell you, just alone in Act 1, there are 31 scenes just in Act 1, which is unheard of. It's this show goes so, and some of the scenes, of course, are half a page or a page long. But we have to go to 31 different places in Act 1. So it's one of those things, like try and make sure that our transitions, I feel like I've said the word transitions a million times during the show, blocking them and choreographing them and making sure the flow is really good. There's 15 cast members in the show. They're all doing phenomenal. This is one of those shows where the ensemble is super fun because they do so much. I know Travis and Gabe will tell you more, but they get to do so much in the show. And sadly, we have them working not only, of course, like singing, dancing, the whole 9 yards, but I'm like, okay, can you two, it's like Gabe and Travis moved the stairs for me so many times. Like, this is where you guys are going to roll out a table and flip the chair and sit in it for your next scene.
Yeah.
Because if not, we would have had to have another 15-member crew. And we have 4 running crew members who are all phenomenal. And then 2 costume crew. But we really needed to rely on our cast in order to help with those transitions and make the show just flow. If not, it would be such a longer show. So we're just trying to keep that pace and that tempo going. As a narration is happening, a scene transition is happening. So once they're done, we're right into the next scene.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun to work on, but it was a lot of work. Shawn, in fact, we were one rehearsal, we basically our mics, the microphones have a life of their own, and I swear they walk off and exit stage right when we don't want them to. But Shawn, this was like tech week. I had my laptop and 4 highlighters, and I was rewatching rehearsal, moving the highlighters on my laptop of where the mics were, like stage right, stage left, because I was trying to, basically one mic was wrong, and we were trying to figure out who forgot to move or what.
And when you say wrong, what do you mean wrong?
Like we needed 3 mics center stage and 1 off stage left for this one transition. And for some reason, 1 microphone was staying stage right. And it was like, why? I blocked the show. I know that these microphones, and we kind of went back and then figured it out. It was an actor who forgot to move 1 microphone over. And so we figured it out, but it took me so long. And Shawn walked in on me with highlighters, trying to just I was doing it on paper and I was like, no, I need physical things to do. It was driving me crazy. So all of those details, and in fact, we were laughing about this. There was one day where I blocked a transition that was it's the beg-in transition. It's a big transition that takes 20, 30 seconds maybe on stage to do. And it took me an hour and a half to physically write down and block it. And I was like, this is 2 hours of work, but it's going to be 30 seconds on stage. It's definitely worth it. But it's all of those extra details that I hope our audiences are seeing when they see the show.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. That would drive me nuts. Where is this microphone? What is
that microphone? I still swear. I'm like, these microphones are moving by themselves. I swear, because
oh my gosh. I'm glad you finally figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Shawn, you choreographed the show. There are 30 plus, 32, 35 songs in the show?
Yeah.
Describe the process, if you can, in some way, of choreographing so many songs. I know maybe not all the songs, or do all the songs choreography.
Yeah, not all of them are, but first of all, Jason is always so supportive, and we work really well together. So it's always just a great experience to work with him. So yeah, you just kind of have to start with big to little, like a
Mhm.
funnel, and just kind of start to work your way down.
And you're meaning like big choreographed numbers?
Big, yeah. A lot of the numbers are a show like this can be a very monotonous kind of thing to do
Mhm.
because you don't have a lot of things moving around. There's not a whole lot of movement, and so you're focused on like the 4 seasons, 4
Mhm.
guys, and you have to get so nitpicky with the little details of
Mhm.
where the hand is, the way that the head looks on this word, and stuff like that. So it's a little monotonous,
Yeah.
and it's always so much more difficult than, say, doing a big cat number like is in Anything Goes, because it's just a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So it can get a little frustrating at times, but you just got to start and stay on schedule and get it all done.
Yeah. Well, you definitely did that. Gabe, I want to know who all you play, because I know you play multiple characters. Who all do you play? And tell us a little bit about your experience with 10 characters.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Jason.
And Gabe has a different voice and walk and
Yeah.
and costume for each and every one of them. I love.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
But tell us a little bit about playing all these characters, and this is different than any of the other shows that you've done, and just about your experience with the whole process of rehearsing and performing in Jersey Boys.
Yeah, well, first, thank you, Jason and Shawn, for affording me the opportunity to do this. And of course, thank you to Jen and all the cast and crew involved in the show. Super fun show. Yeah, so, on my audition sheet, I put Gyp DeCarlo. I was like, that'd be a nice, fun part to do. I could do that. And then so we show up to the first cast meeting, and Jason goes, you're Gyp DeCarlo. And that's kind of all he said. And then he handed out the ensemble assignments. And I was like, Detective 2, Ralph Knuckles, Gyp DeCarlo, piano player, publisher 3, on and on and on. And so I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. Let's go. So I remember I asked Jason for any feedback he had on any of these characters. And what did you tell me, Jason?
I said I want to make them sound like they're all different.
Yeah, make them all different. So
I didn't want because I didn't want the audience to be confused. Like, wait, is he playing Gyp again as this other character?
Right.
Yeah. So I took that to heart, and I've received some feedback from folks, and they've told me that they've caught the differences, and and it's super fun to explore with them. Maybe tonight I'll do one a little differently. I don't know, but obviously not taken away from. What,
I said, be careful though.
Oh, I will. Don't worry, I won't mess up the show.
The bowling owner will have a limp on the other leg tonight.
I think it was Thursday night you changed something, and I leaned over to someone next to me and was like, has he been doing that every time? And they were like, no, that's new. And I was like, amazing.
No, it was Publisher 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Publisher 3. It was, yeah.
Trying to keep things fresh.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing how
I love your Publisher
Jason
3.
right
He's
now.
funny.
Who?
Yeah, it's a good character. Publisher 3.
Yeah.
He has the best line in the show. I won't spoil it, but he has the best line in the show.
But yeah, playing all those different folks is a lot of fun. I have never done a Jersey or Italian accent before this show. So to get to explore that, and just research, Gyp DeCarlo's he was an actual mob boss that was involved with the Four Seasons lives, and
Oh, wow.
actually got him out of scrapes and stuff. So yeah. So Gyp obviously is my favorite, but it's a hoot to do them all.
Fun fact: we were costuming the show, and Gabe originally had another suit, and it kind of was okay. But I told Kaylee, I said, his suit has to be the best suit. He has the money. He has just this kind of aura about him in the show. Like, he has to have the best suit. And we were looking, and we could not find him. We could not find something. And so I was like, let me go to my closet real quick. And so Gabe is wearing a Jason Crespin suit that I bought for the opening of Beautiful. And I think I told Noah, I was like, that's my suit. And he was like, oh, we can tell that's your suit. I was like, what does that mean? But I just love it. I was like, it looked good on stage. It's all sparkly.
And got a lot of comments on the suit. And, I can't promise you, Jason, that it'll make its way back to you.
Right. Fun fact also, Nels is wearing his red jacket is my red jacket, which is funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Men's Warehouse did not have his size, so Jason Crespin brought his own.
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Fits perfect
Together.
Which makes no sense because Jason, Gabe, and Nels are all very different sizes, and yet somehow.
Right.
Well, that is Jason's closet. Jason has his
all the
wide range. Yeah, exactly. It's like what show was Jason working out? Not working out. Okay, this is where that suit falls.
Oh my god.
Luckily, it fits. So yeah.
I love it. Okay, Travis, you were telling me earlier you got strep last week during opening weekend. How are you feeling now? And just tell me what it was like for you getting that diagnosis and barreling through opening weekend.
I actually felt much better by Saturday. So Thursday, I felt pretty fine. I had a cough. On Friday, as the day went on, I just kept feeling worse and worse. So about 3, I went to the doctor, and they tested for flu and COVID, and were like, do you want to test for strep? And I was like, well, my throat doesn't hurt, but I guess. And they were like, hey, you have strep. And so I got a shot, and I was pretty miserable, but the show must go on. And so I powered through, and by Saturday, I laid around Saturday and took a bunch of antibiotics and medicine, and I felt fine by Saturday night. But Friday was rough. But it's not the first time I've done a show sick, so
yeah,
you got to power through.
Yep.
Thankfully, it didn't mess with my voice because I have a couple of things I have to sing, and so thankfully I was able to do that.
So lucky that it didn't. Okay, I have to talk to you about this, Travis, because I know a little something about this too, and I'm so happy that this is happening for y'all. You're getting the awesome experience of getting to do a show with most of your family in this show. Can you talk to us a little bit about getting to do this with Owen and Jerry?
It's actually all of us because Olivia is doing spots, so all 4 of us are involved.
All of you! So, oh my gosh, that's great.
It's pretty awesome. Jerry and I have done a show with Owen one other time, but it was Joseph, and the kids didn't really interact, and so it's pretty special. I'll be honest, Jerry and I decided the day of auditions. Owen had been talking about it and wanted to audition, and he really wanted either Frankie Valli or Joe Pesci, and so we were like, you know what, let's just go for it, and maybe we can all do a show together. And thankfully, we all got cast, and we convinced Olivia to do spotlights, and so it's been pretty awesome all getting to go up to the theater together every night.
I love that. I've talked a little bit about this a couple other times on Thursdays at 3, just about how with kids' extracurricular activities, there are very few that parents can do. Like, we're not going to run out onto the soccer field with them. Yeah. We're not going to, get on the basketball court with them. But this is an extracurricular activity that we can do with them. And I just think that's so cool that you can get the entire family involved in doing something that everybody loves to do. I think that's something kind of special and unique about ALT.
Well, especially Owen graduates in 89 days, and so we were like, this may be our last chance to share the stage with him. So
so special, and so extra special that it's all 4 of you.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's so cool.
And they're all rock stars. And it's funny because, like, just to see their dynamic. Like, it cracks me up. Like, Olivia the other day was doing something on Jerry, and I was like, that is my volunteer. You cannot treat my volunteer that way. And she's like, it's my mom. And I was like, I don't care. It's my volunteer.
I don't care.
It was so funny. They were cracking me up.
This is my house, not your house.
Yeah. I was like, I will protect Jerry from Olivia. And she wasn't even picking on her. It was just being funny. Like, she was like, Mom, something. And I was like, no, do not talk to my volunteer like that.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay. Gabe, you and Travis both work full-time outside of volunteering at ALT. So many of our volunteers do this. I think it's so special because of the amount of time required when you do a show, whether you're on stage or backstage. There's so much volunteer time required. And I just think it's so special that people are willing to give of their free time the way that they do, since so much of it is required. Can you talk to us about why you're willing to donate your free time to ALT when you have a whole other life outside of it?
For me, it's really one word, and that's Jason. Well, I mean, my first audition for Elf, I mean, I was like, I'm going to get along with this guy. I can see it. And not only do we work together, but, I consider Jason a close friend. And 100%. So
yeah,
the culture, I mean, there's no question of, do I want to be there? I don't like not being there. And so just what everybody brings to the table, the inclusiveness, the friendships, just, it truly is. It's magic is what it is. And so, yeah, it was definitely a rough week last week. We put in a lot of hours and we did a lot of work really quickly and turned some things around. And we produced an amazing production. And to be able to, work all day and then come and be part of that, it's a gift. I'm grateful for it. It's worth those long hours. It's worth waking up at 6 a.m, working all day, getting home at 6 o'clock, and then running in and grabbing a quick bite and then off to the theater. So I wouldn't change a thing.
That's so special to hear that, Gabe. I know that's got to be special for Jason to hear.
Yes, 100%. We're so blessed with all of our volunteers. Also, Gabe made a really cool prop. Another Gabe special is on stage. The keyboard that the Jersey Boys use. We have many an instrument and many in fact, the other piano is a Gabe special and the camera is a Gabe special. So yes, we're just gonna have musical instruments and cameras that Gabe has built in a museum at some point.
I love it. Travis, what about you? Why is it so important for you to spend time at ALT when you've got jobs and kids and all the things going on?
Because it's home. We were big churchgoers for a long time, and that kind of changed for us several years ago, and we ended up trading the church for ALT. It's our place for community. It's where our family is. All of our best friends have come to us from ALT, and it's like Gabe said, it's one of the few inclusive places where anyone can come to and be accepted, I feel like. And I feel like it's just a wonderful place full of love. And, we don't always all get along, but we all work together. Even when we don't like each other, we work together and to make art. And that's, for me, that's what it is. It's making art with my friends and family, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, there's hardly anything more important than community right now, I think, with everything in the world as it is. I could not agree with you more, Travis. Okay, so Jason, there's only one other theater in the U.S. who's going to get to do this show before they pull the rights for it after we do it here.
Yeah.
This show is also beloved all over the world and is based on a true story. Talk to me about your process of making this show and making it work for ALT.
I mean, it's an interesting thing because, when we say we're doing a show, especially a show about real people, and especially a show with music that people know, it's not like I told the cast this already. When audiences were coming into ragtime, they weren't like, I can't wait because I danced at my prom to whatever, you know what I mean?
Your daddy's son.
Yes. Ooh, that was
I remember slow dancing to your daddy's.
Exactly, right? Yes. And I was like, we have a little heightened expectation for us. And I told my hosting cast this as well. It was like, listen, these kids know what Olaf sounds like, or these kids know what Elsa sounds like. And so that was kind of, we had to kind of go into this like, okay, there's already some expectations and what people want to hear. And so tackling that with, of course, our amazing local talent, which is just insane to think about how all of our amazing talent is local, and also how they're volunteers. Like they just said, like they work so hard. Travis cut his hair for this show. They're sacrificing so many things for us to have our best version of our show that we can. I mean, Annika, you talked about this already, but you know, the 4 Jersey boys were up here all the time during the day, working, running music and running steps, and working with Shawn and Callie, going over steps, going over, like scheduling their own afternoon vocal sessions with Jennifer to go work on music. I mean, this cast has been one of the hardest working casts I've seen, and outside of just rehearsals. So that inspires me, where I'm like, oh, I'm tired, but I'm like, I don't care if I'm tired. I'm going to stay as late as I can, or help this cast as much as I can, because they're giving so much to it. I got to give twice that, you know, I gotta step up my game as well. I think that the hardest decision for me with this show was really, honestly, and for all of us, staff and play selection committee and stuff, is that this show has language on the main stage. That's something that hasn't been done quite often in the history of ALT, but this show couldn't be done at the adventure space. Like, it's too big for the adventure space. And there are times where people have thought, well, with the cottage being on the main stage, they just thought naturally this next show would be at the adventure space, and it's way too big to do at the adventure space. And we needed to sell at the main stage to sell 453 seats every night. And so it was hard to say, to be like, well, we're not going to change the show. We're going to do what the show is. This is true lives. This is actually what happened. You know, I had somebody ask me about the display of women in the show, in the sense that it's hard because it's a true story. Yes. I mean, sadly, Frankie Valli was unfaithful to his wife, and that is depicted, you know, in the show. I will have to say the women in the show are phenomenal, because, for example, Sarai, for example, she plays a character, Lorraine, who's a reporter, and she only has 2 scenes as that character, and her scenes are phenomenal because she puts so much time and energy investing in the before and after of these scenes. She has 1 scene to set up the love interest moment, and then the next scene to set up the breakup moment. And it's hard. They don't have the full hour and a half of an act to get there. And I think those are harder scenes to pull off. And they're all doing so well with that. But I will say the language is something that I know people are surprised at. But again, I say this in my pre-show speech, they're called Jersey boys, not Catholic boys. Like, it's similar why we didn't change anything in ragtime. It was from a generation and from a time period that this is historically accurate, and how it was written. And so that's what we're putting out there. We're staying true to the artists. And I think that's something that our audiences are understanding a little bit more, but we want to make sure that they know, you know, that's what they're getting into when they come into the show. And so that's hard because it's local, it's Amarillo, it's not New York City, or, you know, where audiences might be a little bit more lenient or understanding of that.
Why is it that you think people might be more lenient about something like content and language when they're in New York, but not so much here?
Probably because they hear it on the streets as they're getting on the subway, or, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that language
on the way there.
Exactly. Like, you know, when I was in Market Street and I didn't hear anyone cuss me out, so that's nice. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do think it's harder. And I will say this, like, when Shawn knows this as well, but when Noah and I saw the production in Austin, in the pre-show speech, the recorded pre-show speech, they said, and be sure to turn off your effing phones. They didn't say effing, they said the word. And I was like, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I as a character I can say it, but as Jason Crespin in pre-show speech, I was like, oh, I don't think I could say that. But it's just something that we really, you know, had to be like, okay, we're gonna say it and we're gonna go with it. And I do think it's just a regional thing. You know, I think even Austin, they got away with it a little bit more because it's a bigger city and things like that. But it's one of those things. I hope our audiences aren't deterred from it. But in a sense too, that's again why we do shows like Frozen or Ragtime,
right,
or Silent Sky that's coming up. You know, I keep telling people we're not doing everything for someone, but we're doing something for everyone. So there's going to be a show at some. I've had people that I thought would be surprised with the language that loved it. They were like, we knew that this was coming. We were great with it. This is what the time period was. This is exactly what these Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons talked like, or this is their life. They didn't have a problem with it. And so it's this interesting thing that we have to kind of balance and walk the tight line for sure. But my hope is that our audiences will continue to always look at and see what we rate a show. Monica, you worked great on the ratings page of our website that lists out exactly if it's 16 plus, this is what to expect. If it's, whatnot. And so I'm just hoping that our audiences still continue, because for another great example, people will be like, ooh, we can't go see Silent Sky because it's at the Adventure Space. There's no
This is what I wanted to talk to you about.
There's nothing wrong with either show, but the rating for Silent Sky is going to be low because it's a general audience show to see. Just because we're doing it at the Adventure Space doesn't mean it's anything. It just means that show calls for a smaller audience, and that's where the Adventure Space is. So that's going to take some time, I think, for our audiences to understand we're doing shows where they need to perform at for the audience size, not necessarily for the content.
I am so glad that we're starting to veer that way, just because more people need to experience the Adventure Space. Period.
100%.
It's such a cool performance space. It's so cool to almost feel immersed in the story because you're so close. And I love that we're starting to remove that separation where we're doing Sense and Sensibility in there. We're doing shows that don't Silent Sky exactly coming up. Go to those auditions. Where people can feel comfortable experiencing shows in the Adventure Space if they're sensitive to content, that they can still have a place to go see experimental theater in the black box space. I'm so excited we're doing that. Just saying.
Yeah. It's been a hard process, but a good process. So hopefully people can continue to listen and to look and understand. And people can always call and say, hey, what the rating says this, tell me more, and we'll tell you, because we don't want to put spoilers in show,
but we're also kind of putting it all out there. I mean,
we're sending emails, we're making sure people are aware.
Not to step on any toes, but I genuinely don't know what else we could have done to warn people about the language in this show. And it's just one of those things where you kind of need to be self-aware enough to know I'm someone who needs to heavily research a live show before I go see it, because I'm sensitive to certain things. And if that's true, like, no shade, just look it up and do a little bit of research on top of what we're sharing, because Joe and Lissa are out here almost reading the script to people, trying to inform them of what's going on. And so, we definitely want to accommodate everybody that we can. And we want everyone who comes through our doors, whether you're sensitive to content or you're like, give me all of it, I don't care. We want everybody to feel comfortable walking through our doors, but maybe know that there are going to be certain shows on the season that aren't right for you.
There's only 35 F words in this show.
That's it.
Which Travis in scene 9, just know scene 9, Travis and William, I mean, that's the scene where you're like, let's hit a good portion in that one scene.
That and Owen's scene is Joe Pesci. His 2 scenes is Joe Pesci. I think he says the F word 6 times in like 3 minutes. So,
oh my gosh. Okay, so I've got 2 questions about the Adventure, or 2 comments about the Adventure Space that I want to address. Our friend Vanessa Hill says, definitely more at both spaces. I didn't know about the Adventure Space until being cast in a show. Lived here my whole life. That is what we definitely want to do, is educate more of our community that both spaces are here. There are, believe it or not, we've been here almost 100 years. There are still people in Amarillo and the surrounding areas who do not know that we're here, and we're trying to fix that. Ro Darn says, where is the Adventure Space? Ro, thank you so much for your question. It is at 2751 Civic Circle, right next door to Pinky's. We are at 2019 Civic Circle. If you just continue down that curved street, down Civic Circle, past where the Denny's used to be, you cross that intersection and it's right there on your left-hand side. There's a big Blank Spaces mural, huge colorful mural painted on the wall that's really, really cool. But that is where we do several shows during the season, and it's such a cool space. So if you haven't yet experienced the Adventure Space, get tickets for Silent Sky when they become available. It's going to be a really cool show in that space. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you, Ro. And thank you, Vanessa, for your comment, and Ro for your question. Shawn, I really want to talk to you about this. You've been involved with ALT, I think, longer than any of us have. And you're also helping with our Centennial Committee, which I'm so excited about.
Yeah, me too.
Planning our Centennial season and the events going on with it. How has ALT, I want to ask you this, how has ALT changed through the years? If you can kind of condense that. And then what are your hopes for ALT as we head into our Centennial, as long as you've been a part of it?
Okay. ALT, I've seen ALT go from a very good community theater, but we only did 4 shows a year. And then we added a 5th show that we also started using as our touring show. The first time I came to ALT was in 1989.
Wow.
And I was on the board in starting in 2000, just right at the time when we opened the adventure space, and we saw our budget exceed $1 million for the first time, and now it's way more than that even. And so I've seen a lot of growth. The spirit has not changed at all. That spirit has always been there, although that has also grown. And I think Jason has even opened that up more to make sure that people feel welcome. The inclusivity is definitely way more expansive than it was at the time. And I know that's just gonna keep growing.
Yeah.
So I see it'll be interesting. I won't be around probably, but in 25 or 30 years, I hope we even have another performance space. So we can do 20 shows a year. With more staff, of course.
Jason's screen goes dark. Jason's like, I'm out.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. I remember when we had sort of a 75th anniversary celebration. And, I remember when we had a little special thing for Alan when he had been here for 20 years and just things like that. So
was that when Cindy dressed up as the queen?
Yes,
I totally remember that. Yeah, that's so funny.
Do you remember that? It was fun.
That's so funny.
So yeah, I've seen a lot of changes, but everything has been for the better.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Shawn was in my first show that I did at ALT, and I told the story the other day. I was a shark, he was a jet in West Side Story, and we had a rumble against each other, and I accidentally hit him in the throat, and oh my God, I felt horrible, and he wasn't able to sing part of the night or whatever, and I was like, I'm never working here again. They're gonna kick me out of this show. I felt so bad,
and yet,
and here we are.
Here we are. Okay, Jason, you've also been involved with ALT since you were in the academy. As you said, you are in a unique position being at the helm of the organization. What do you hope for us as we head into another 100 years of operation?
Sleep.
He's tired, everyone.
I would like to take a nap. No, I'm hopeful that, yes, exactly what Shawn said. I hope our spirit of the theater stays the same. I hope our open arms and our inclusivity that brings everyone in and just is like, yes, come and be a part of our show. I hope we have 20 more Tidmore families. I hope we have 20 more Gabes. I hope we have 20 more Shawns that come about and expand our amazing theater. I hope we have 20 more Annikas that perform and then become on staff, and we have 20 more staff members and all the things. I just hope for, I do hope we have another performance space. I hope more, I hope we get more acknowledgement that we are a really good theater for our size. I mean, somebody asked me this the other day. They said, well, compare it to another theater. And I said, well, the other theaters that I have to compare it to are regional theaters, are equity
Yeah.
house theaters. I can't compare us to another community theater in our area or neighboring states because it's just not equivalent. We have a different budget. We have different, we're doing more shows. Our quality of theater is just higher. And that was really fun to think like, wow, we're doing the same thing that like Casa Mañana Theater is doing in Fort Worth or the Zach Scott Theater. We're
Yeah.
just doing it with a whole lot smaller budget and a whole lot more love and a whole lot more volunteers and a whole lot less, staff members. So my hope, of course, that we grow, that we continue to grow. I hope our academy keeps thriving. I could see us at some point having satellite schools in other cities, neighboring small towns that we have, that we can just expand what the theater is doing for our youth. I think, as you know, if we invest more in our youth, our future will be taken care of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope for a lot of things, for sure. There's a lot of dreams that I have for the theater, but I think Shawn nailed it. I just hope that the spirit is the same. I hope that everyone that walks through our doors wants to come back, or is sad that they didn't get to be at rehearsal, last night when we had a pickup rehearsal for the four boys. I think Zach said that earlier in his comments, things like that. I hope people always want to be a part of ALT.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything else you guys want our audiences to know before they come to see your show the next 2 weekends?
Get your effing buns through the doors.
I didn't share this on the Academy page, so we're cool.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Right. Yeah. A good reminder. Obviously, we have some limited tickets still for the weekend, but on Saturday night,
Oh my God, yes.
dress up in your 60s gear. We're calling that our Oh What a Night night. The Yellow City Pinup Society, I think, are ushering, which is they're gonna be all decked up and super fun. But dress up. We want to take photos, all that good stuff of what you look like, what your 60s. And if you're like, I don't have any 60s, that's okay. We're just saying out loud, it is okay to dress up 60s for that show. And then our Sunday show, I'm excited, of course, is going to be interpreted. We have 2 ASL interpreters that'll be helping with that show, which is funny. Everyone's like, what does it look like when they say the F word? Like, we can't wait to find out how to sign that. It's going to be like, oh my gosh.
Words that they can sign.
What is sign for bleep?
Exactly. Yeah. Censored. Yeah. We want to know that as well.
Maybe we should, for some of our more sensitive patrons, maybe we should invest in like a headphone system that will do that for them.
It'll just be me.
They did that at ACU when they would show movies and bleep the cuss words, and they would just turn the volume down, and they would always screw it up and miss it. And so it'd be like they'd get like "got," and then they'd turn it back up, and you'd hear the "damn," and it was like, you guys are terrible at this.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah,
I forgot about that. That's amazing.
Hilarious. Yeah, it'll just be me going.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
But I will say this: people got to come see the show. The music's great. The performances are great. Come see the 10,000 roles that the ensemble plays, that Gabe and Travis play, are awesome ensemble. The amazing choreography of Shawn Walsh. I mean, this is his perfect. I mean, like, when you think of this music and this style of dance, Shawn, it's like all over this. It's fantastic. The set, the lighting. Noah has done an extremely amazing job on the lighting of this show.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it's a hard show for any community theater to pull off. And so I'm so proud that we're doing such a great job with it. And our cast, I mean, the 4 boys, they have so much on their shoulders, and they're just knocking out of the park. It's like a baton that they just hand off to the next narrator, and they just keep going and going. And so I'm so proud of the show, and I really hope people come see it. Yes, there's language, but I'm telling you right now, if they can just get over that or get through that, they're going to have a phenomenal show that I think our audiences are really going to enjoy, especially to be proud of our local amazing talent.
Definitely. Nels has a monologue in Act 2 that really got me.
It's so good. He's channeling a lot of anger in that.
Yeah, it works. I mean, that was a sneak attack for me. I was so proud of him. It just stunning. And just so everyone, we touched on this a little bit. And they were our volunteers of the week last week. But when you come and see the show, please understand, like, these, and of course the entire cast, but these four seasons, the 4 guys have been up here during the day while we're here as a staff, you know, meeting up at Nels's house, doing read-throughs on their own, setting up outside rehearsals for themselves to continue working on the material that Jason and Shawn have given them. I mean, so much hard work. The entire cast has been working their butts off. Come and appreciate the fact that this is all volunteer effort being put in here for a show of this magnitude.
And huge
theater to pull off is a big deal.
Amen. And huge shout out to Jennifer and our live band. Our music is so good. They sound so good. So huge shout out to Jennifer and the band and all the work they've done as well.
So
and if you're still not convinced, come see me with short hair.
Come see me with short hair. Exactly.
How to do it. Okay, you guys have been so fantastic. I know you're all so busy and you've got a show tonight, so I'm going to let you go. That is it for Thursdays at 3 today. Another round of applause. Thank you so much to Jason, Shawn, Travis, and Gabe. Thank you so much. Y'all get your tickets to see Jersey Boys running now through March 1st here at the Alan Shankles main stage at 2019 Civic Circle. And remember to head to our website, or when you're here at Jersey Boys, vote on a paper ballot for the shows you want to see in our 99th season. We're so excited about the shows on that list. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you right back here next week for Thursdays at 3. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
Love you. Bye.
Good night.